Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show number 2. I am currently suspended on number 1, and then the other channel that I was messing around with got suspended as well. So this one is Texas Goat Radio number 2.
Remember in elementary school when I got that ridiculous IQ and were they vicious about it? Because 147 is like insane looking back. At the time,
This is embarrassing. This is a very embarrassing video. This is very problematic, troubling, because it's a child groveling for approval from his cult followers and his mother.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and they had to take you in well, it was grade school, and it was for pegs, and they had to take.
And then they kicked me out.
And then they kicked you out because you wouldn't.
Because like my IQ was literally like 20 points higher than the second highest. And I'm only saying this because this is relevant. Like, the people that are like, oh, must be nice. Oh, my God. Oh, must be nice.
Yeah.
The story doesn't make any sense.
You're right. It doesn't make any sense. Mommy, remember that time? Shout out to Mello David. In elementary school, I got that ridiculous IQ. Curriculum doesn't apply to 147 IQs. It's his right to be a disruptive little shit in class. He's so special, he'll never cuck. It's not in his nature. Mama's special boy exposed the whole country's entire school system. He got thrown out of school for flopping around on the ground like a fish when he refused to listen to the teacher. I'm pretty sure one of his teachers caught him whacking off in class too, the one who called him a dirty boy. It was a disruptive. I'm going to say take everything on Reddit like with a grain of salt, right? There's I don't know. Just take it for what it is. He was a disruptive, entitled little prick who threw tantrums if he didn't get his way. Bad parenting. Yeah, we need that dirty boy clip. You're right, and unfortunately, he's still throwing wild tantrums on camera. Furthermore, people with high IQs do not need to have their mommy validating the fact on camera like Owen does. The Oswego public school system failed him because he was such a special boy and so above his classmates. Yeah, more like he was such a ridiculous and undisciplined class clown who annoyed and disgusted every teacher he ever had. No teacher gets paid enough to deal with the likes of this guy. He won't do the outlines. Is he doing well otherwise? It doesn't matter. He refuses to do the outlines. Owen, you know that on football teams, if you don't follow the coach's instructions, they kick you off the team, even if you're the fastest on the team. My God, he must have watched this clip before he fired up his Instagram live tonight. 2 solid hours of Joe Rogan cope. For all I know, it's still going. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was wondering if this was like recently. I wouldn't think this was like too recent. He's directly referenced a post within minutes before. We know he sees all the posts. Owen went to school because that's where he thought he was going to learn. What? I guess he got to choose between going to kindergarten or just hanging out at home. Or what? Yes, he did. LOL. Yes, he even now affectionately referring to this Reddit as his Reddit, as if he somehow had a hand in its creation and as if it's some kind of fanboy page. Again, the narcissistic lack of self-awareness makes Owen a very dull and clueless boy. Well, what can you do when your kid is a little x-ray machine and can see auras and can't sit beside an air conditioning system due to the EMFs, making him retarded? Oh, that one cracked me up. Objectively hilarious. Okay. Well played. LOL special boy. Owen is really special. Crazy old Dr. Becker. LOL. Yep, he's the most special of the special boys. When he and Mama Jean talked about the auras, I died laughing. Any oral sensitivity Owen might have possessed was long ago eclipsed by anal sensitivity, since that's all he talks about. LOL. Ha ha ha. Hearing an old woman say cuck just ruined my day. Personally, I'm someone with 155 IQ. All this controversy of Owen constantly stroking his ego over the magical 147, I'll admit he's been helping me feel like a pretty good this. No offense, but your sentence structure does not lend itself to the claim of 155, but perhaps it's because English is not your first language. If that's the case, then my apologies. I'm just so tired of people bragging about their IQ. And mine's 37. when they have the grammatical skills of a third grader. People with superior intellectual capabilities are generally meticulous about the written word and want to ensure that what they have to say is clearly understood. That's partly why Owen calls anyone with excellent grammar a gamma, and it's a way of deflecting criticism from its own extremely poor spelling, his own spelling, and glaring grammar goof ups. Mine is 125, so take that above average. So there. This is so dumb. They didn't want him in Peg's gifted and talented classes because he can't behave himself. That is totally valid. Same reason he got kicked out of Hollywood and off the platform. Story of his life. He is a horrible person. Period. He's an absolute liar, and he is a grifter. He's the definition of grifter. I do believe.
Unless I tell you that, where it's almost like, imagine if you're on a football team and everyone's running a 5-second 40 and one guy can run a 3-second 40 and they're like, get out of here. Like, you have to understand how absolutely insane that is. Like, 140.
Oh my goodness, it is insane, Owen. The words that are coming out of your mouth are insane, dude. Insane.
7 IQ is insane. And so they're like, he won't do the outlines. It's like, well, maybe he's smarter than you.
Do outlines.
That's why school is terrible.
That's why you talk over your mother, because you literally have a lack of respect for anybody, any kind of authority. Your mother's sitting right there next to you, son, and you're talking over her like a petulant child.
It's terrible.
Those teachers, and I said, well, but is he doing well otherwise? It doesn't matter, I was told. He won't do the outlines. See, they were trying to make you conform. So if you are ever concerned that Owen will cock to whatever, don't be concerned.
That's what that person was referring to. That just happened.
Guys, I was a little kid who wanted friends. I was a little kid who wanted people to like him and didn't want to sit in the principal's office all day, and I still wouldn't cook. It's not in my nature.
Right.
Just got off the phone with Joe Rogan. We talked for a solid hour. He's not a disloyal guy, and I really misread that. I'm not apologizing about going after Whitney Cummings and Bert and stuff like that, but we had a really good talk. And I was doing the thing that women do, where I thought that he should have known. I wanted to go back on his podcast after the last time because it was so embarrassing with Kurt Metzger and all that. And that, I could have used some more support when, my Twitter got canceled and stuff like that. Like, I was acting like a woman because I never actually asked for any of these things. And so him not doing it, I took as an attack. And then when I'd hear rumors and when I'd hear stuff, and then when I'd listen to his podcast from this point of view that's very female, my wife can do it. When she thinks I'm something, everything I say confirms that.
Okay, I have something else to say.
Okay, what's that?
That Owen went to school because he thought that's where he was going to learn. And it took till high school, in high school, and he said, they don't want me. And I said, you made the mistake of thinking that school was to teach you to learn. And I didn't mean it, I meant it as irony, because I too thought that's what school was for, because I had been a teacher for umpteen years. And it turns out that he exposed the entire school system.
It turns out that he exposed the entire school system. Nothing against your mother, buddy, but insanity runs. What do they say? The cookie doesn't fall far from the cherry tree.
Only in Oswego, but in the whole country, and we didn't realize it at the time.
Remember in elementary school when I got that ridiculous IQ, and were they vicious about it? Because 147 is insane.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there's there's some comments. This is I don't know how Reddit's gonna feel about me doing this for YouTube, but probably a reason why nobody's doing it so far. But this is the Texas Gold Radio Show, or the Texas Gold Radio number 2. I'm your host, Matorius. Stay free, my guys.